Hello, and welcome to the Patriot Connection. I'm Luke Doyle.
And I'm Julia Creighton. February is Career Technical Education Month all across the United States and right here at Wheeling Park High School. Patriot Connection reporter McKenna Dye explains.
From agribusiness to welding, Wheeling Park takes great pride in celebrating all of our outstanding programs during the month of February. Did you know that over 13 million students are enrolled in CTE classes across the nation? In addition, over 60% of students right here at Wheeling Park take a CTE class. The goal of these courses is to provide students with hands-on experience in preparation for whatever path we choose to pursue after high school. Mrs. Bugай is an assistant principal and is also Wheeling Park's CTE director. She says that career technical education plays an important role in many high school students' lives.
We have about 50 to 60% of the students at Wheeling Park High School are taking career tech classes. And so they are aware of it, that we need the other 40 to 50% to understand what career tech's about, and that you can take these classes and learn a skill that you could take with you outside of school and get a job right away, or take those skills on to secondary or to post-secondary education and just expand those for your career.
All career technical programs in West Virginia are part of a program called the Simulated Workplace. It is a way to document the knowledge of students in this program while in an authentic work setting. Wheeling Park is home to 14 different CTE programs with a wide range of options for everyone. Our students and staff agree that CTE is key to preparing students for the workplace.
You know, CTE's been a huge part of my life. My career started in a CTE program right here, the same program that I teach years ago, and it's been the start of my career, which has been an outstanding career. Here at Wheeling Park High School offers so many amazing career tech programs that can cater to any kind of student that would like to start their career, whether it's going into an apprenticeship program or even into a technical or community college or just college in general.
I get my OSHA 10 certification, so I can leave high school. I don't even have to go to college, really. I have completed automotive technology with Mr. Bugay, and as soon as I graduate, I can go into any dealership across the country, and you really learn a lot down here.
It's going to help me fulfill my dreams of being a sports broadcaster, and it just helps me in my everyday life.
So many kids are actually going out into the workforce either straight out of high school or they're currently working in the industry right now. So if they can jump in and get those skills right now, we need to celebrate it and showcase it.
It's important to me because when I've taken graphic design, it's really shown the skills I've had that I never knew I had, and it's had such an influence on me, and I think it could really influence others as well.
As a way to celebrate CTE Month, Wheeling Park holds an open house in conjunction with All About Park. This year's event is slated for February 23rd from 5 to 8 p.m. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm McKenna Dye.
We're back with another Counselor's Corner. Patriot Connection reporter Elena Taylor recently sat down to talk to Wheeling Park's Counseling Department Chair, Mrs. Short.
Thanks so much for sitting down with me again.
Sure, anytime.
So it's already time to start talking about scheduling for next year, right?
It sure is. It's underway. So we are scheduling right now for the 2023-24 school year. The freshmen have started this week. Next week, we're going to work with our sophomores, and the following week, we will be scheduling our rising seniors.
So how can students take advantage of all that Wheeling Park has to offer?
I think it is really important, as we like to say, experience the park. So make sure that you're looking through the curriculum guide. You have a paper copy. There's also the curriculum guide available online. Ask questions to your teachers. Review that curriculum guide. Definitely, think of things that interest you and try them in high school where it's free before you make choices about after graduation. So we have a lot to offer. Ask questions. Come with those questions when you meet with your counselor, and we can help answer and guide.
What if a student is absent on their scheduling date?
So if you miss your scheduling date, those things happen. We will send for you, whether it's during the week of makeups or we'll call you into our offices. So there's no need to message us. We will make sure that we get in touch with you to make up your scheduling.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
It's just really, really important. We want our students to really think about what they want to put in their schedule for next school year. This is how we make the master schedule. This is really important for our staffing and to make sure that you get a seat in the classes that you want to take. So please take the time, talk to your counselors, talk to your parents, and really put forth that effort to think about what you want in your schedule for next school year.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me again.
Sure.
Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Elena Taylor.
Remember, underclassmen, pay attention and report to your counselor for your designated time to schedule.
Wheeling Park High School students and staff are gearing up for the annual trip to our nation's capital. Patriot Connection reporter Lauren Nolte previews the trip.
Every year, Mr. Gaelick's History of the Holocaust class takes a 2-day trip to Washington, D.C. to reflect on everything that they've learned. Mr. Gaelick is a social studies teacher at Wheeling Park High School and has been taking his students on the D.C. trip for close to 20 years. Even though last year's D.C. trip had a low number of students because of the COVID-19 hiatus, Mr. Gaelick is expecting 50 to 75 kids to attend this year. He says the trip is very important to him and that it's important to show the students what they've learned in class.
D.C. is the nation's capital, and it's not that far away, and it's a good opportunity to see a lot of the things that kids have heard about their whole lives. One of the most rewarding things is when people tell me that they've never been there before and they get a chance to see it. And then lastly, and this was definitely something that we missed last year, going to Arlington National and seeing the changing of the guard is pretty awe-inspiring stuff, and it's something that everyone should see.
Students who make the D.C. trip always rave about the great experience that it is. Besides the Holocaust Museum, one of the other highlights of the trip is a visit to the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
I would have to say my favorite part of the trip was probably the African American History Museum. While I did enjoy the Holocaust Museum and I thought it was a really special experience to have, I think that the African American History Museum just has so much, and you can truly spend so much time in there learning about really anything and everything that has to do with African American history and culture.
Any student who has taken the class and received a B or higher and fits the criteria per handbook is eligible to attend. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Lauren Nolte.
This year's trip will take place on March 24th and 25th.
If you love pets, then Wheeling Park has a club for you. Patriot Connection reporter Zuri Littman takes a look at Paws for a Cause.
Wheeling Park's Paws for a Cause Club is an active club at Wheeling Park that spends time finding ways to help animals. Paws for a Cause Club is filled with dozens of students who love animals. So far this year, the group has completed multiple projects to raise awareness for shelters and pet rescues. Mrs. White and Mrs. Yost are the faculty advisors for this club.
The club itself has done some donation drives, some candygrams to raise money for Ohio County Animal Shelter.
Students in the club love to help as much as they can. Being able to donate to shelters, raise money, and visit furry friends is an amazing opportunity. Members of this club are excited to continue helping.
I chose to be in this club because I really love animals and I wanted to be able to help the animals out that are in my community.
We have the opportunity to volunteer at animal shelters, and we do donation drives.
I like helping animals and giving them what they need.
When it comes to pets, the winter months can be very dangerous for our four-legged friends. The cold temperatures, snow, and ice can wreak havoc on them. Mr. Chocklist is a science teacher at Wheeling Park High School and says that if we go outside in the winter and it's too cold for us, it's too cold for our animals.
You can go out, you can dress warm. Your animals don't have that luxury. They have their fur, they have a layer of fat underneath. You go out in the winter, you start to shiver, okay? Your animals are going to do the same thing. The reason you start to shiver, is because all the blood vessels close to the surface of your skin pinch off and go to your internal organs. That's why you get frostbite on your skin, your fingers, your nose, toes, and so on. Same thing happens with your animals.
If you're looking for the chance to help out pets, consider joining Paws for a Cause. They meet week 2 during activity period. See Mrs. Yost or Mrs. White for a pass. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Zuri Littman.
Remember, the club always welcomes donations. These donations can be money or supplies. Those donations are always appreciated, and you may take them to room 333.
Before we go to our break, it's time for Park TV Trivia with Patriot Connection reporter Sydney Cabasco.
Valentine's Day is the second most popular day of the year for sending cards. This week's question is, how many Valentine's Day cards do we exchange on Valentine's Day? Is it A, 150 million, B, 190 million, or C, 1 billion? We'll have the answer when we come back.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays and most holidays?
That's incredible.
And if all their accounts had low fees or no fees?
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Exciting things are happening in Ohio County schools, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our amazing community.
We're improving our facilities, updating our technology, and reimagining our classrooms. And it's all being done to provide the best education possible for our students. Thank you for supporting Ohio County schools in our efforts to make our school system the finest.
Ohio County schools,
together we achieve.
Did you know that 70% of all students don't get enough sleep each night? Not getting enough sleep can heighten our negative emotions and even cause depression over time. The downside of not getting enough sleep means that we often end up falling asleep in our classes and not getting good grades. Whereas when we do get the right amount of sleep, we are more likely to do better on tests, have a quicker reaction time, and stay focused. It's easy to get the right amount of sleep, and you can achieve this by creating a steady sleep schedule, limiting the naps we take during the day, and getting some physical activities during our day so our bodies are tired enough to get a full 8 hours. Remember that getting the right amount of sleep will make us and the people around us happier. Just as we cannot live without food and water, we also cannot live without sleep. This message is brought to you by WPHP. Before the break, we asked you, how many Valentine's Day cards do we exchange on Valentine's Day? Is it A, 150 million, B, 190 million, or C, 1 billion? The answer is C, 1 billion. The first Valentine's Day cards date back to the 18th century and may believe a priest in Rome sent the first card.
We're continuing to introduce our faculty and staff this week. Patriot Connection reporter Alex Tennant introduces us to the Fine and Performing Arts Department.
Wheeling Park High School is home to 9 teachers in the Fine and Performing Arts Department. Mrs. Nelson is the department chair and teaches debate and English 12. She also directs the fall play. She says that our Fine and Performing Arts Department stands out from others because of the depth and breadth of the curriculum.
But additionally, there are extracurricular opportunities like the speech and debate team, the art club, and co-curricular opportunities through the music department, such as like concert band and the different choirs that are offered. In addition to all of that, the faculty that teaches these classes, we're all well trained in our areas, so we are hoping, and we know that we do deliver a really great course of study for everyone who takes our classes.
Other teachers in the department include Mr. Birch, who directs Wheeling Park's band. Mr. Cornforth teaches speech and theater and is also the head speech coach. Mrs. Draginski teaches the Introduction to Speech and Theater classes, journalism, and English. Mrs. Freeman and Mr. Schultz both teach art. Mrs. Greenwood and Mrs. Jingle direct the Wheeling Park choirs, and Mr. Podolsky is the director of the Wheeling Park Orchestra. Everyone at Wheeling Park High School is required to have 1 or more Fine and Performing Arts credit. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Alex Tennant.
Thanks so much to the teachers for welcoming us into their classrooms.
When it comes to winter, people enjoy a wide variety of activities. Patriot Connection reporter Nick DeSoris recently hit the halls to see what Wheeling Park students and staff love to do during this time of the year.
I love playing hockey.
My favorite winter activity is basketball.
So every winter, me and the family, we rent a cabin at Blackwater Falls, and we do the Blackwater sled run, and we just really enjoy the outdoors.
Snowboarding. My favorite winter activity is walking my dogs in the snow.
During the winter, I like to go just up to Ogilvie Hill and like to snowboard with my buddies.
Sledding.
My favorite winter activity is having a snow day and sitting inside watching Netflix.
I like to stay in and watch football.
My favorite winter activity is probably playing outside in the snow with my siblings.
I enjoy ice skating.
My favorite winter activity is to go skiing.
It would probably be sledding down the hill that I live on.
My favorite winter activity is building snowmans.
Play hockey.
Would be reading any book that I can get my hands on.
I'd probably have to say snowboarding.
Ice skating.
Skiing.
We are fortunate to have our very own ski resort right here at Ogilvie. Hours of operation are dependent on weather. They make snow as temperatures allow. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Nick Tesaurus.
Remember that Wheeling Park is home to the J.B. Chambers Memorial Ice Rink. Check out ogilvie.com for hours and prices.
Now let's take a look at what else is going on at Wheeling Park this week.
Struggling in your classes? Need some extra help? Remember that Wheeling Park offers tutoring every Friday during activity period in Patriot Point. Make sure you bring a pass in order to attend.
Parent-teacher conferences are scheduled this Thursday, February 9th from 4 until 7 p.m. Our school counseling department will also be hosting a financial aid workshop that night. More details will follow closer to the date.
Wheeling Park is excited to host our annual All About Park on February 23rd from 5 until 8. This will also be the night for our Career Technical Education Open House. This combined event is designed especially to all incoming 9th grade students and their parents. Current students, teachers, coaches, counselors, and principals will be on hand to meet our future Patriots.
Interested in joining Wheeling Park's Quiz Bowl team? Check out the link on Schoology or go and see Mrs. Jeffers.
Make plans to attend Wheeling Park's annual Queen of Queen pageants held on Wednesday, February 8th. It will be held in the J.B. Chambers Performing Arts Center and starts at 7 p.m.
Monday, February 13th will be a PL day for Ohio County schools. Students will not have school on that day. Ogilvie's Good Zoo is looking for volunteers grades 7 through 12. Check out the flyer on Schoology for more information.
The Green Club has started a small recycling program this year. They are collecting a variety of products to recycle. You can check out the list of products they are accepting, as well as a list of accepted ink and printer toners, and the ones not to send on Schoology. You can bring all of your items to room 304.
Wheeling Park's Speech and Debate team will compete in the Three Rivers Speech and Debate Tournament on Saturday in Pittsburgh.
Already making summer plans? Glenville State University is hosting a storytelling camp in July and is open for grades 9 through 12. The cost is just $100. You can find more information on Schoology.
If you're interested in buying a class ring, check out the link that is on Schoology.
If you like soccer, then join the soccer club that meets after school. It meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the turf field next to the school from 2:30 to 4, and all skill levels are welcome. Check Schoology for more information.
The Green Club has free reusable water bottles for anyone who would like one. If you would, stop by room 304 to pick one up.
If you are interested in playing baseball this spring and currently not playing another sport, make sure you are attending our off-season workouts. If a player has any questions, please see one of the coaches. Coach Myers, R225, Coach Stout, R221, Coach Nardoni, R221, or Coach Cook in the gym.
On the Wheeling Park sports calendar this week, our varsity hockey team will host Chartiers Valley at 7:20 on Thursday.
Our Lady Patriots basketball team will host George Washington on Friday. JV begins at 5:45 and varsity follows at 7:30. Good luck to all of our Patriots.
Well, that's a wrap for this edition of the Patriot Connection. We're on WLTV 14 3 times a day, 7 days a week at 6:30 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. For all of the Patriot Connection reporters, I'm Jalea Creighton.
And I'm Luke Doyle. Have a great day.